It has been a while since I have done this, and I'm actually glad to be back. Maybe in a future video, I'll explain where I've been, but I'm here. And all is well, all has been well. But that brings me to one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, and that is, where do you draw your strength? A lot of people find it hard to cope throughout the day or throughout certain periods of time. And as we come upon the holidays and stuff like that, people start to get down. So it is my best effort in this video to try to bring some type of normalcy, some type of calm, some type of resolve to whatever anyone is experiencing today. So with that, I'll begin. The first place that I find strength is from the Lord. And I know that that may sound cliche, but the reason that I do that obviously is because He is the head of my life. And as I say that, I laugh because I'm thinking of when I grew up in church and somebody would get up to give an announcement or something, they'd say, giving all honor to God, to the ministers, pastors, and friends. I didn't say it in the right order, but you get what I'm saying if you grew up in that environment. But I do draw a lot of strength from the Lord. I wake up every morning, as I may have said in previous videos, but I wake up every morning and I thank God for the day. I thank Him for everything that He's done for me, what He continues to do for me, for the blessings that I've received. And I just give reverence to Him for a good amount of time. I typically do that in quiet and I do that in dark. And it's actually the first thing that I do. I typically try to do it even before I go to the bathroom, but if that's not the case, after I come from the bathroom in the morning, that is the first thing that I do is I give reverence to God and I thank Him for all of His many blessings and things that He gives me. And people have to remind themselves that, without God, I don't care if you're agnostic, I don't care if you're atheist, I don't care who you are or what you are. You have to give God credit for your existence. You have to give Him credit for what He's brought, from where He's brought you, where you're going, and all of those beautiful things. There's one quote from the Broadway version, and actually from the movie, The Color Purple, where Sugar Avery tells Celie, I think it'd be a shame if people didn't, I think God would be upset if people didn't notice the color purple. He said, look what I made for you. And it's funny because the color purple is one of my favorite. It's actually my favorite color because my birthstone is amethyst. But I say all that to say that I draw my strength from the Lord every day, and I make sure to give Him thanks and praise because without Him, I would not be here. The second place I draw my strength, and I typically do this in order, and that is from my parents. My parents are ride or die for me. Through the thick, through the thin, through the ups, through the downs. My parents are ride or die for me. They always have been and they always will be, which is one of the things that I find, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say encouraging or endearing or anything, but I find it a good thing that I am so one with God and one with the Word, because one of the commandments is honor your mother and your father. And I know people who have not done that, and I see the trajectory of their lives. I also have had my moments, as we all have, where we wanted to defy our parents or do something that, was contrary to their wishes or disrespectful to them. And I paid for it in the end. And knowing then what I know now, I thank God for those opportunities that I've had to make those mistakes and to come from dire places to, reunite. Because while you don't want to go through situations that put you in a bad spot, it's sometimes those situations that help build who you are and build your character. So, me being around my friends, around my family, and especially my parents is very, very, very important to me. Another place that I draw strength from is my partner. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably know that I do share pictures of us sometimes and the things that we do. One thing about my partner that I absolutely love is that he is a very, very patient person. He is very loving. He's very jovial. He's a very happy person. And I love that about him. But there's one thing that he always tells me. He always says, "Why do you give yourself such a hard time?" And I remember the first time he said it to me, I was like, "What? Like, what do you mean?" And when I actually sat down and thought about what he said, sometimes we as people are good at doing the absolute most, like doing far more than what we need to do. And exerting that excess energy can sometimes be daunting, exhausting. It can be just too much. But, you know, listening to him, um, as he tells me not to give myself such a hard time, I take that and I put that in aspects of my life, and I don't give myself a hard time. If I feel like it's going to require any extra effort than I should be giving to it, then I don't do it. Now, sometimes I do find myself caught up because, I get anxious. We all get anxious. So I do find myself sometimes really trying to exert a little more energy into situations, but then I do remind myself what he says, and that's don't give yourself such a hard time. And I stop doing what I'm doing, and I don't give myself a hard time. I don't have a lot of friends, but I am going to add that, having friends in your life is very, very important. Outside of your parents, outside of your partner, you do need people that you can go to and just really just bounce things off of. And the one thing that I love about my friends is that they are not afraid to give me the real. If I've messed up or made a misstep or made a mistake, they are not afraid to tell me, "Look, you messed up there, but there's a way for you to get out of that situation or make changes to the circumstances with which you're in." You know, there's always, or there should always be, somebody in your life that's just going to tell you the hard truth. You need that in your life. If you don't have that in your life, you have some major problems, or you just have friends that are with you for superficial reasons and they're not with you genuinely, because a true friend will tell you the truth and hurt your feelings, and it'll be all right all at the same time. And if you can't get with that, then you're just fooling yourself. And then finally, one of the places that I draw strength is myself. Now, I know that may sound conceited. I may know that may sound like something like, "Oh, really? Like you draw strength from yourself? Well, why you need all those other people?" Well, while I do need a support system, and as they say, it does take a village, you have to believe in yourself first and foremost. You have to believe in yourself. If you can't believe in yourself, how you gonna believe in somebody else? Like, I have to know who I am at the end of the day so that I can be the best me that I can be. And I get up every morning. I do all those things that I mentioned that I do. I get up, I go to the gym, I go and work out. I take care of my body because I only get one. I'm fortunate enough to have all my organs. So, I don't want to hurt my body. I've been a vegetarian for 4 years, and I put that on pause for a little bit because I wanted to experience not so much eating meat, it was more for workout reasons. I didn't want to take a bunch of supplements to get what I needed if I could get it through eating meat. So I put my vegetarianisms on hold for a little bit. And more than likely, I'll get back to that at the beginning of the year. But the chicken has been good. Um, I put that on hold. I work out. Um, I try to meditate when I have the opportunity. And I know you say when you have the opportunity, practice makes perfect. And that's something that I'm working on, just trying to get in a quiet place. Because while it's quiet, my mind is not quiet. My mind is running a mile a minute. It's running a mile a minute right now. So just trying to draw inner strength, inner energy, is a big thing for me. And I'm slowly finding the benefits of that. But yeah, back to what I was saying of, drawing strength from myself, you know, I gotta believe in me. I gotta be the best me that I can be and the baddest me I can be. And I know in the past, people have felt as though, oh, you think you all that, oh, you think you this, you think you that. I am. I know I am. Even in my mistakes, even in my failures, I know that I am all that because there is only one me. I will not get an opportunity to ever live a life like this again. And that's not saying anything specific to the life that I live, but you only get one life. I'm not going to get into the whole reincarnation thing or I'm going to come back as this, that, and the third. I just know for me that me being in the present, in the life that I have right now, is very, very important. And I don't take that for granted at all. So with that, I'm done. I just wanted to come in and say hello. I hadn't been here in a while. I'll probably start working on some other stuff. Some of the stuff that I wanted to work on didn't pan out the way I wanted to for one reason or another. I will say this, people are very flaky. You can have the best of intentions, but you have to sometimes rely or defer to other people to make things happen. And when that doesn't happen, it can kind of short stop some of your opportunities. But at the same time, when there's a will, there's a way. You can get stuff done without having to do it in a certain way. And I feel as though hopefully, some of the things that I'm going to embark on in the future will allow me to do that. I haven't got my watch yet because every time I try to buy one, they tell me it's going to take days, weeks to get. And I have an instant gratification type of being about myself. I want it now and I don't want to wait. So if I can't go get it in the store, and I want a specific one, let me be clear. I want a specific one. That's why I haven't done a video on it. But I've got some other stuff that I'm going to start working on, and I'm going to really start trying to commit to this process. I remember in my original video, I said how hard it was. This is not hard. It just takes a lot of time and effort to commit to it. And I can do that. That's not a big deal. So anyway, please be sure to like and subscribe, tell a friend, and I'll talk to you later.